All right, you ready? Cool. That's good. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Gaming with the Broscast, episode 179. My name is Harrison. I am joined by my brother Nick. As always, Nick, how are you? How are you doing? Looking a little tired.
A little bit tired, yeah. Went to a bachelor trip this weekend, so went from Thursday to Tuesday. But it was a ton of fun. We were down in Wilmington, so we had a beach day and then went out to dinner one night. Cooked some really delicious tomahawk steaks
Nice.
last night, or a few people did, but yeah, and then just played a bunch of games.
Cool.
Played some Smash,
Nice.
Mario Kart, some Wii Golf.
Oh, those games are always the best, like with people.
Oh yeah,
And I think that's why I've really fallen off of Smash, really since like Melee. It's just, you got older, you moved out, and okay, yeah, you really need just people around to play this kind of games. For me, at least. I mean, some people love like Smash Online, but I could just never get into that.
yeah. It's just so much more fun when you have like people in the room playing, and I think we had like up to 5 or 6 people.
Oh wow, okay.
Playing at one time, so it got pretty hectic. And
yeah.
Mike, he was the bachelor. He's already married, but we had a delayed bachelor trip for him because he's in the Navy and
okay.
take off time. But he has like all the Smash characters, like all the DLC.
Oh wow,
characters.
okay.
So that was my first time playing as like Pyra and Mithra and Cloud. I think Cloud was, or maybe I can't. No, Cloud wasn't DLC.
Cloud was DLC.
Was it DLC for Ultimate, or was it
Pretty
DLC for the Wii U version?
No, I'm pretty sure he was DLC for Ultimate. Could be wrong,
like,
but
yeah,
him was.
Him and Min Min.
Did you play as Sora?
Yeah, I played as Sora.
Nice.
That's cool.
That's the one, like, that's the one amiibo that I want to, Sora. Even though I really don't have much affiliation for like Kingdom Hearts, but
Sora's just he's a cool
character. Yeah, he's a really cool character.
That amiibo hasn't been.
No, I think they still have like what left do they not have like.
I think they have to do Min Min. Unless I completely missed that one.
Was Pyra and I guess Pyra and Mithra were the latest ones, right? They hadn't done.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember which ones were after that.
Yeah, and there was like a Minecraft one, Steve and the other guy that was released. Sephiroth was released.
I wonder if it's just Sora and. Yeah, it might be just Sora because I think Min Min did get an amiibo.
Did it? Okay.
Unless I'm wrong about that.
Min Min's from ARMS, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Min Min already has an amiibo out, so it's just.
Oh wow! I must
just
have missed
Sora
that.
left, and that's it for Smash.
Wow.
That's the end of the like. It feels like a 40-year journey of.
Yeah, I mean it's cool that they did amiibos for every single one. That's really cool.
Yeah. Do you think when they started making amiibos for the Wii U version, when there were like 40 characters, 50 characters, I mean probably more of DLC, but
yeah,
it's like, do you think they like? Oh, there won't be any more than that. Yeah.
Well, I mean
that's all we're gonna do.
Well, yeah, and maybe at the time they didn't think that they would be putting out so much DLC and adding on to like the ever increasing roster of Smash characters. But they said they would do it all for everyone they did, and they've held up their end of the bargain. So
yeah,
that's really cool. And I was right; they are doing some releasing some other Smash characters. I think they were in the stock like last week. So like some of the original like Smash characters, some Pokemon stuff and stuff like that. So they're out there.
Depending on what comes out, I might have to pick some of them up.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it too, just to add on to the collection. I mean, I've got so many now, but
keep it rolling.
Keep it rolling, man. Keep it rolling. I do want the Olimar one, the Pikmin one, Captain Olimar.
Yeah,
I think, don't you
Oh
have
no,
that one?
I
Yeah,
have
you
the
have that
Olimar
one.
one. Yeah.
But yeah, real quickly, because I think this is gonna be a pretty quick show because we haven't played much. But
Mhm.
what are you? Since we're talking about Smash, and there's probably not gonna be another Smash game until the next iteration of Switch, and that may not even have a Smash game for a long time. Like I'm
Yeah,
thinking that
probably not
they
at
may put
launch.
out like an Ultimate Deluxe or something, and maybe add in some more characters. So what's one character that you would want to see come to Smash?
Goku.
Goku.
Yeah,
That just
I
be
think honestly
ridiculous.
that'd be so cool.
That would be really cool. Yeah.
I know it's a bit. I think like it sounds a bit far fetched, but if there's Sora in Smash, I mean, who's to say that Goku can't come in? And
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
been
yeah.
like the most heavily requested character for years and years and years. It's been rumored for years, right? Even with like
Goku, yeah.
Brawl and in the Wii U version, it's like that's been
Yeah.
floating out there for a while.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like maybe I don't know, and Sakurai came out and said that he doesn't see Smash possible without him involved.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, like the next Smash, I mean, will it be primarily Nintendo characters like it normally has been, or are they going to take more of a Fortnite approach and just kind of, oh, here's Goku, here's Vegeta, here's whatever from this anime, and here's Naruto,
Yeah.
like
It,
that
like
may
part of
take
me,
away some of the charm that is Smash, but
because then what is it? What is the identity of Smash Brothers if it's not
yeah,
Nintendo IP characters with an occasional third party IP character? Then it's like I don't know. I feel like it loses its identity a little bit. Like
you're right, yeah,
for every third party character, you should have like 3 Nintendo
yeah.
IP.
I mean, have they? I mean, they got the Splatoon kids in there. I mean, they really got just about every Nintendo character in there now, right? That kind of represents all of their IPs.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, I mean, they could always add in Xenoblade characters
I
from
would like to
Xenoblade
see.
Chronicles 3, like Mio and Noah. I think those would be cool.
Yeah.
More sword fighters. Or I guess Noah's a sword fighter.
Or give us
But
like, which I mean, I think it'd be weird if they gave us like one of the Ouroboros people. Not Ouroboros.
Yeah.
What are the big bads in that game called?
Oh shoot. Morbius.
Mobius. Yeah. Like if we got
Morbius.
like, well, either they could do like Noah and I guess maybe spoilers for Xenoblade Chronicles 3, but Noah and Mio, and then do like N and M as like their variants, or like maybe that's
Yeah.
I think that could be really cool. And then like their Smash like ultimate ability would be they fuse or something like that and show off the Ouroboros. That could be cool. Yeah, I think that's what I would want to is Xenoblade. That's cool.
And I hate to say it, and this is gonna get a lot of flack, but you can always add in more Fire Emblem characters.
I mean, you can.
I know it's, but the problem with them doing this is they always add like the main avatar, the main protagonist,
Yeah.
who is typically a sword user or a sword magic user. I think they need to stray away from that and add in some like add in Edelgard from Three Houses, who's an axe user.
Yeah.
Add in those 3 like the 3 main characters from Three Houses, or add in anyone from Fire Emblem Engage. Like I'm not sure they would do that because Engage wasn't as popular, but like there's ways they could do it where it's not just sword users that are coming in.
Yeah, I mean,
I
you
feel
could
like
definitely give us like you could give us a bow user. I mean, that could be pretty unique and interesting. But
yeah, I'm looking at other franchise. I mean, characters from Tears of the Kingdom too.
Yeah, that could be really cool.
Some of the champions.
Yeah,
add in
some champions. Oh, dude, Tulin goated right there.
Yeah, it'd be like a kind of like a Pichu, like super quick.
Yeah,
with a bow.
Yeah, and you could I mean, there's already flying characters in the game, so I don't feel like that would be a super big issue.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, I don't know. I'm.
Goku was gonna be mine, by the way, too.
It was okay.
I just feel like that would just like break the internet.
Yeah, would you say that would be the biggest, like the biggest character announcement if Goku was added?
I think so. I think so. I mean, just look at Fortnite. Like Fortnite's had so many crossovers in the past, and like when Goku and Vegeta were added, like it was huge. I mean, so big that it brought me back to Fortnite, and I played for like a good month or so. You know, spent some dollars. So I mean, it did its thing. But I think Goku. I mean, say what you will about Dragon Ball. I mean, there's obviously like better animes out there and stuff like that, and you know, people's opinions. But
yeah,
I mean, Goku, like Dragon Ball is the biggest out of all of them, and that's not even like a question. So yeah, I think just in terms of like, just insaneness, I think Goku is the answer. But also, it would be ridiculous.
No, it would be awesome. And my only reservation for that not happening is that Goku is from first and foremost an anime.
Yeah.
And not a video game franchise.
That's
and all
true,
the
yeah.
other characters are strictly from, or originally from from video game franchises. So
right,
that's like
that's where he originated first, was the anime, and then, you know, of course went into video games and movies and all that other stuff. But yeah.
So that would
so if you open up the door of that, then like where else would they go?
It's like, and then Thanos is coming in, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Yeah. And so what? And one more question for you for Smash, and we'll move on. But if they were to do another Smash, do you think they just reboot the game completely and give us like, I don't know, 15 fighters or something like that from just, you know, like not necessarily remake the original Smash Brothers, but do something like that where it's very condensed? Because I mean, Ultimate, they had almost 100 fighters, if not more. Is it?
There's 82.
82. So like,
yeah,
it's just kind of too many at that point.
Yeah, and does that roster just get bigger, or do they knock some fighters out and replace them? Like, and then, you know, somebody's gonna be upset if you take Sephiroth out, or if you take Min Min out. Like someone's a Min Min main, and they'd be devastated. So you can't really. I don't know if you can like take steps back. I would say the only way to do it would be to, like you said, completely reboot it.
Yeah.
Or to just keep expanding the roster. And
yeah, and that's the case. It's like, if you're just going to keep expanding the roster, I mean, do you just keep Smash Ultimate as like the base game and then just keep expanding on past that?
You're saying like, let's say they have Smash Ultimate Deluxe on the Switch too.
Yeah, and that's like that's the main Smash for, you know, 7 or 8 years.
Yeah, and that includes like all these 82 fighters at launch, but then it has additional DLC fighters that they kind of periodically add, kind of like Dragon Ball fighters.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Nintendo will ever take this route with Smash, but I don't know, like some sort of battle pass or something added into it. Because I mean, Smash, like right now, multiplayer wise, there's no ranking system, is there? Is it just fighting?
I mean, I think there's a ranking system. I don't know if it's
but you don't
popular.
Okay. Yeah,
I mean,
I'm sure there
play
is.
And you have like I think it's just like a point-based system where like you're level 1400 or something like that, and
gotcha.
You keep on building up. But
yeah, I mean, that could be kind of interesting if they were to go back to basics and go back to the original roster or something like that, and make it free to play, and then do like a battle pass.
I don't know.
You know, and then you could like buy the. That's a lot, and that's definitely not what the Nintendo's about. But I mean, that's always a possibility. That's the only way I could see it working, unless they were just like, hey, here's a remaster of the original Smash Brothers, you know, and it's like, you know, probably gonna be $60, but that's it, right? It's just $60. You know, they'll update the multiplayer to make sure it runs well, but that could be interesting, and that way they can go back to the original, and then, you know, give us a little bit of a buffer, stopgap until like, you know, Ultimate Deluxe is ready, or, you know, whatever the next Smash is, because you know there will be another one. I mean, it's one of the most high selling games on the Switch, so
I mean, it's number 3 on
Yeah.
the Switch top sellers, or maybe number 4.
Yeah.
But
So there's
yeah,
gonna be
I would
another
say,
one at some point, but
yeah,
yeah.
either remake the first one or remake Melee, and just
Yeah, Melee was.
use that as a bit of a stopgap.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know if they could
it's
remake
interesting.
Melee. I think people would give. I think that one's too like that one's still considered like the best Smash of all time.
Yeah,
So
but
if they
wouldn't
were,
that be perfect to have?
yeah,
have
but I think
two
that
options?
would. Don't you think that would piss people off though? I don't know.
Why?
Well, I guess I mean Resident Evil 4 was considered the best Resident Evil of all time, and they remade that, and it's
I mean, if
damn
you
near
don't
perfect.
touch the movement system, like
Yeah.
like just how it's so quick, like if you don't change any of that and just like simply remaster the graphics,
Yeah,
upscale it,
and then add online play.
yeah, add online.
I don't know. I mean, I would be happy either way. I mean, I would like to see a remaster of the original or 2. I mean, or Melee. I think that could be
Yeah.
really cool. But yeah,
Or I mean, at this point, knowing Nintendo, we'll just get a wave 3 of DLC characters.
is it wave 4 now though? I thought it was I thought they had wave 3.
Well, they had the two DLC, like the 2 fighter passes.
Okay,
So I guess it would be a 3rd fighter pass
gotcha.
with 5 or 6 more characters.
Yeah, I mean, I could see them doing that. I could see doing like wave 3, wave 4, just keep it rolling.
I mean, think about Mario Kart, like doing DLC 5 years after launch.
Yeah, and then that's
crazy.
Yeah, that's just the remaster or the deluxe version of the original one on the Wii U. So yeah, that's
The game has some legs.
people love it, man. It's what the number 1 game on the Switch, right?
Yeah, 55 million.
So yeah,
And
Yeah.
number 1 on the Wii U, 8 million.
yeah, which is like almost like this total sales of the Wii U. So
Yeah.
that's crazy. I think Wii U was what 13.5 million, 13 million, something like that.
Yeah. It's got a 60% or 70% attach rate. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, well, off of Smash here. I haven't really been playing much. I did play some more Pikmin this week, just slowly. I'm really and this week was just kind of bad for gaming for me anyways, because it was pretty busy with helping my buddy move. But I did squeeze in a little bit of Pikmin time, played a couple hours here and there. Still fun. I'm just kind of going through the levels and going through each zone and kind of just 100%ing it, stuff like that. I got the white Pikmin now, which are like the poisonous ones.
Nice. Okay.
I've only used them once.
They're not super useful.
Yeah, because I used them in like one of the sub zones, and like I threw my Pikmin into like this little plant, and it popped out the white Pikmin, which are, I think they're a little bit. They don't hit as hard, but they're fast, and are they I know they're poison resistance. Do they induce poisoning?
If eaten, they'll poison the enemy.
Oh,
And
okay.
I mean, they'll die, but
Yeah.
it'll poison.
Okay, maybe I didn't read that part. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I've only experienced them once, and I didn't see if I could pull them out on like the regular service or not. I don't see why I couldn't, but
Yeah, you can.
You can. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but I haven't used them on the service yet. But yeah, I mean, I think there's maybe 1 or 2 more Pikmin that I haven't found yet. 'Cause I know there's like flying Pikmin, right?
Yeah, I can't remember when you get that, because you're in the 3rd area.
I'm in the 3rd area. I've got the 4th area unlocked, but I just haven't gone to it yet because I'm trying to complete everything before I move on.
Okay.
So I think there's maybe 2 more that I haven't discovered yet. But yeah, really fun game. So really fun game. Still thoroughly enjoying it. But you haven't played anything right this week, Nick, other than just what you played at Bachelor Trip.
Yeah, not really. I might have played a little bit more Octopath Traveler 2, but nothing substantial at all in the scope of that game. So yeah, really nothing this week. I mean, we're in that weird period, right, where it's like, I mean, you're still playing Pikmin 4, but kind of in between a bunch of games. I know we have Starfield coming out next month, and Armored Core
That comes out on like the 28th.
6.
20. Is it the 25th that it comes out?
Yeah, I think 20 something like that.
I'm almost, Nick, considering like getting the 7-day early access to Starfield because I want to play it as soon as possible.
Hey, if you get it, let me know.
I think it's only like $30, and like you get, I mean, I think you get some skins and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So if you have Game Pass, then that upgrade is only $30.
I'm pretty sure it is. Like you it's like the deluxe version, but you get early access to the game plus some additional skins and stuff like that. So
that's pretty enticing.
But I mean, I'm just because I want to be, it's you want to be part of the zeitgeist, right? And people are gonna be playing it. Obviously, a week they're gonna pay for it. But I mean,
yeah, and 6 days is a long time too for
that
an
is a long time
for the release. I wonder why they're doing it like that.
I think they've done that to other games too before, where they'll do like, I think it's just like a way to get extra money out of Game Pass, which is fine, I mean, especially because they're giving you extra content too. But yeah, they've done it with other games before.
Okay, so yeah, you can do it for $30. Yeah, because the standard edition is what comes in Game Pass, so you just upgrade that for 30. Okay.
And it's like, if you get it, the game share, it's just 15 buckaroonies. So
really, we're paying $15 for Starfield and playing Starfield a week early.
Yeah,
which is pretty good.
That might be the plan.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
But then Armored Core comes out the 25th, so it's like it's Armored Core, which I don't know how long that game's gonna be.
Yeah, and I don't know how much I'm gonna like it either. But
yeah, because I've never played an Armored Core game before, so. But it's From, and From has delivered on like everything in like the last 15 years of developing. So I mean they've been developing a lot longer than that, but just everything is incredible. So
yeah, I
want to try this out and see what it is, compared to Dark Souls. They're typical stuff, really. So
yeah,
I'm excited for it.
They have my full trust at this point.
Yeah,
they've more than earned it with everything the past 10 years, 15 years.
Exactly. Yeah, that might be the move for Starfield. I'm just so pretty hyped for it at this point.
Have you been watching more content about it, or
I haven't. I've just been listening to like the Kind of Funny Xcast, their Xbox podcast. I was listening to it earlier, and they were talking about it, and it just sounds awesome. And the Xbox is going to be a Gamescom at the end of the month, so I'm sure we'll see. I don't think Starfield is playable there, but
that makes sense.
Yeah, but they're going to show off a ton of the game.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for Gamescom.
Let me ask you this: thinking about Starfield, what is one thing that you want to do first or focus on first? Whether it's joining
I want this. I think this is going to be the first game where I go in and I role play a game. I want to get in there. I want to get a ship as fast as possible, and I want to be a pirate. I want to be a space pirate,
like a ruthless space pirate, where you're stealing from the.
Yeah.
All right, I like it.
I might. I don't know. I might be like not like a completely evil space pirate. Like I'm not gonna just straight up kill people, but I'm gonna steal their stuff and steal their ship. And maybe if they don't join my crew, then they die.
Oh man,
I might be a ruthless man. I don't know.
Are you gonna role play as what's his face from Firefly?
Oh, you're talking about Captain Mal?
Yeah, Captain Mal.
Yeah, but he's not as ruthless. He just doesn't kill people.
He's not. He's more of a good guy.
Yeah, he's more of like the kind of the gray area. Like he'll steal stuff and he will kill people, but he's not just he's just trying to get by.
Yeah.
Really. So I don't know. I'm teetering on if I just be full on menace or maybe in the gray area. We'll see.
Yeah, like I don't want to just be like, oh, good guy again,
Because I'm always the good guy in the game. Like I always do the good. And in Mass Effect, I did do, I did go Paragon Renegade. And then I did Renegade. But even Renegade, I guess you commit genocide in that, but it's against a little bit. But it's against like the Rachni, which are pretty invasive species, and then also I think you can completely kill all the what are the robots, the synthesis,
The
the,
Geth.
yeah, the Geth, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm also hyped too. It's just like I don't think we've really had like a space game, like a space opera game since Mass Effect. And I know the Legendary, trilogy just came out, in which I completely played through all that again, and I loved it. But we haven't had like a new space thing in quite a while.
Yeah, and like of course, like everyone's going to compare it to No Man's Sky, but the things that you can do in No Man's Sky are completely different than the things you're going to do in Starfield. Like,
Yeah.
Starfield is much more of an RPG where you can kind of create your own adventure and level up and do all this stuff, whereas No Man's Sky was like purely exploration.
Yeah.
At least at the start. I know they've added in a bunch of stuff, but
Is No Man's Sky on Game Pass?
it is.
I should try that.
Yeah, I downloaded it on Game Pass. It's a bit of a slow start,
Okay.
I will say. And maybe I
Yeah.
just didn't have the patience for it at the time, but
I want to try it with the expectation of like I'm not necessarily gonna beat it or anything. I've never played it before, so and I've heard good things about it since they kind of revamped it and added on all the content. So
yeah, going from space to a planet is pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And see and that's what I want to. That's what we just don't really know yet with Starfield. It's like I think they said like 10% of the planets. So 100 of the planets are like handcrafted worlds where they've got specific areas, specific missions, and then 900 of them are just kind of procedurally generated. So are those 100 planets enough for most people? Because obviously in the procedurally generated planets, we just don't know how. Are they going to be super barren? Is there going to be like tons of life on there? Is there going to be a lot to do on those, or is it just purely add to the overall scope of the game and what you can and cannot do as far as exploring and if it's even worth to explore those planets?
Didn't they say like for the procedurally generated planets, you'll have a landing point, and around that landing point, it'll generate
some sort of base or something. Yeah.
Mining areas to mine or something like that. Like points of interest, essentially.
Yeah.
So like, I don't think there's going to be completely barren planets that are a waste to go to, but there will probably be like less populated ones
that's true.
That don't.
Some mine. I mean, and they had those in like Mass Effect 2 and 3 where you could some planets you could land on, but then some were just scannable, so you could just get the resources and then move on.
Yeah. And then 1 had those like pretty barren planets, right?
They were really barren. Yeah, there would be like maybe a base on there that you could maybe fight, maybe go inside and fight. But there were some really cool ones too, like going to there's like a moon mission you did, which was really cool. But yeah. But I'm just excited just to learn about, like, I mean, with each planet you can put on like a base of operations and create like a trade system. So how far and deep does that go? Because they said that you can, steal ships and create your own fleet. Can you build like a space, like black market kind of trade route kind of thing? Like how deep can you go in this game? That's what I really want to know.
Sure, you could. I mean, yeah, that's the exciting part. Is like we know so little, and it's not that I'm concerned that we know so little, but it's just exciting that a lot of it is probably hidden behind the curtain because
look at Zelda and the Depths. I mean, like that was such a cool experience. I'm so glad they didn't show that off. I think it's absolutely. I know a lot of people would we don't know that much going into a game. It's obviously a huge, it's very discouraging or like pretty concerning. But I mean, with some games, maybe. Like a red flag. But with some games like this, it's like, you're gonna know a lot about the stuff, but there's gonna be so much that, I mean, you want to explore and find the stuff on your own. So why would they ruin that? it's like a movie trailer. They're not gonna spoil, well, some trailers do, but
Depends.
but yeah, I mean, it's okay not to know everything. I want to go in like with just as little as possible.
Yeah, yeah, with little knowledge as possible, but confidence in the product
Of
overall.
what you see, yeah, and I
Yeah,
mean that extended look we got. Um, I mean, I don't need. I'm gonna watch some of the videos over at Gamescom when that comes out, but I don't really need to see anything else at this point. I'm all in.
is there a certain review average score that would completely turn you away from this game?
I don't. I mean, it's Bethesda, so like, I feel like they're kind of in the same. I mean, obviously, From does more. They just pump out more games than the main Bethesda does. But um, I don't know. I don't think there's a world where. I guess I don't see a world where it getting anything below like an 8. But I mean, if it just gets like incredibly low scores all around, like across the board of all these
Like
outlets, like 5s across the board. Yeah, maybe maybe I wouldn't pick it up, but it's also on Game Pass. So I'm gonna play it either way. But
Yeah, like kind of like a Redfall situation where we both played it.
Yeah.
Didn't play a lot of it.
Yeah,
but we checked it out.
That's where I think I was in bed at, the night before and went on Twitter, and people were posting their reviews, and it was like horrible, and I was just like, oh my god, like, is this game this horrible, this bad? And then woke up the next day, and Twitter was going crazy with
Yeah.
and then I actually played it when I got off work, and I was like, yeah, this is bad. This is not good.
Pretty freaking boring.
Yeah, not even bad, just boring, like really boring.
Which is worse.
Yeah,
because that can't really be fixed.
Yeah, nothing was appealing about Redfall at all. Like this,
Yeah,
the enemies were boring looking. It wasn't scary at all. I mean, it was just bad all around. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, it would be a huge bummer if Starfield gets 5s, but I don't see a world. I'm thinking 9s and 10s is what I'm thinking, and what I'm hoping. As someone who loves this medium and loves like these huge, expansive games that are kind of pushing the industry. And are these, we keep saying once in a generation, we've had like 3 of them like the last 4 years with Elden Ring and Zelda and stuff like that. But
it's a good generation.
It is. It's great. But yeah, I hope it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be somewhat polarizing. Probably get between 7s and 10s, which is expected for like a huge game like this.
Yeah,
I mean, I think Elden Ring probably got a few 7s, probably a couple of 8s. Those were outliers, but maybe we'll see something similar for Starfield.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, if you don't like a particular style of game, I mean, that's what always kind of bothered me about reviews. It's like if you've got someone who knows, why not give it to the person that has like kind of like that quote unquote expertise in those types of games, instead of just you have someone that majority plays Call of Duty and you hand them Elden Ring, they're like which is funny watching all like the big streamers when Elden Ring was coming out just getting their asses kicked because they weren't used to this style of game.
Yeah.
It's always tricky in this situation. You look at the 7s and the outliers and you're like, yeah, I don't agree with this, or maybe this just isn't the game for you, and that's fine. So I don't feel like those types of reviews should be added into the overall score, because again, it's not what they're used to. So you give me something like Forza, like the regular Forza Motorsport. I can play those games and be somewhat decent, but I'm not an expert in those games. Or like something like Madden. I'm not an expert in Madden. I wouldn't review that.
Yeah, I mean, I see the benefit in having someone who's not too keen or too privy to a certain style of game playing it, just to give that perspective, right?
That's true. Yeah.
But at the same time, you're right. Like it should be someone who knows that type of game and who, for the most part, enjoys those types of games. Like if someone's reviewing Fire Emblem and they don't like strategy games, like of course you're not gonna like Fire Emblem.
Yeah. I would be very interested, and I don't know if a outlet does this or not, but and it may be too resource heavy, but have two reviewers on a game, on like these big games where you have the one that's, you know, super used to RPGs and, you know, all this stuff that kind of gets like the main mechanics, and then and then bring in somebody who doesn't, you know, and have someone that does review, that is like the main reviewer that knows the knowledge, like that'll be the main score, right? But also have that secondary review of someone that has nothing, knows nothing about those types of games and plays it, and then add that perspective like you're talking about. I think that makes a lot of sense. But
Yeah.
that may just be too resource heavy to put two people on the same game, and only one person is really matters, because, you know, that's what the review score is. But that could be interesting.
Yeah, I guess that's different than Famitsu because they have 4 people
Okay.
that give an individual score, and they add up that score and
Okay.
aggregate it. But I don't think they I don't think it matters like how much experience you
Figures
have
they have.
with the game. I think it's just for like set reviewers.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's pretty cool too. But yeah, that would be interesting to. And not every game obviously needs that, but, you know, stuff like a Dark Souls, where it's pretty different than most other games out there, and you know, it could be interesting. But
yeah.
All right. Well, there's not much news going around. I know we've got like, you know, Gamescom is coming up around the corner here at the end of the month. So who knows what's going to come out of that? Is there any expectations from that? I mean, we'll get when is it? When does it air? Actually, because I know there'll be like the opening night live with Jeff Keighley, and he usually has some stuff. So August 20th. Opening Night Live is on August 22nd, which is a Tuesday. I wonder what time that is at.
I'm not sure. Where does Gamescom take place?
It takes place in Cologne, Germany.
It'll probably be either early in the morning or late at night for us.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to see. Gamescom Opening Night Live 2023.
But in terms of like expectations, I don't really know what to expect. I don't know if they're.
Some people are speculating that the Switch 2 is going to get announced there, which I think is absurd.
No. I think it'll be there. I think it'll be there behind closed doors for developers to
look at.
Yeah, to look at, to get, you know, dev kits or just talk to Nintendo about it. But I don't think Nintendo's going to announce anything at Gamescom. I think they can do that by themselves and garner a big enough audience. Like why announce your console in the middle of like everyone else announcing other games? And
yeah, they could easily just put that on there. I'm trying to see what time it is at. I'm not seeing that. Gamescom 2023. Right. Live times. Or maybe they haven't revealed it. So it's gonna be 8 to 10. Wow, so it's gonna be real late at night then. Let's see. Let's see. 8 to 10 p.m. What's CET?
Is that Central?
That's Central Time?
Central Eastern. Yeah, Central Time.
Okay, so it'll be, if that's Central, then it'll be from 9 to 11. Or 9, yeah, 9 to 11.
It's Central European Time.
Oh, Central European
so
time.
6 hours ahead of Eastern Standard Time.
Oh, okay. So then
if it's 8 to 10 p.m.
it'll be 2 to 4.
2 to 4.
Okay, cool.
All right,
still get
everyone, you got it. And now convert that to PST if you have to.
Yeah, well, I'm not doing all that. I'll definitely be watching that then. Cool.
Yeah.
I don't really have any expectations. I know I don't think there's going to be. I mean, obviously, I don't think there's going to be anything announced that's coming out this year that we don't already know from like the big three.
I don't think so.
I mean, Nintendo's pretty much laid. I mean, they laid out what's coming out this year. Xbox has got Starfield.
PlayStation has Spider-Man.
So I don't think there'll be anything else that's gonna be announced. I'm sure we'll see a bunch of stuff. Obviously, from Xbox, we'll see a ton of stuff. But new stuff, I don't know. I really don't have any expectations. And I generally don't from Gamescom. I know they're way bigger than E3, but also it's too late in the year to announce stuff and then have it come out in the same year. But I mean, there can always be new stuff.
Yeah, I feel like most of the time it's deeper dives on already announced games.
Yeah,
which is cool, but
still love a Dragon Ball Fighters 2. Give me that, please. Announce it there.
I mean, that'd be a good place for it.
Yeah. Let's dive into we got you just put this in there. Pokemon Presents coming August 8th.
Yeah, it's gonna be 35 minutes, which is pretty long for Pokemon Presents. Presumably, we'll get information on Detective Pikachu's sequel, Detective Pikachu Returns, and then Scarlet and Violet DLC. I'm sure that'll get detailed as well. But
and then like 4 or 5 mobile games.
Yeah,
Pokemon Sleep will probably get talked about. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll watch it because I always do, but I'm generally I want to say disappointed because I'm not a big Pokemon guy, so it's like more of like, why did I watch this? I should have just caught the headlines or whatever. I will say,
pulled up on my phone.
The font is kind of spooky-ish, like it's like a purplish like font. So I don't know what's up with that. It's not as colorful as like the typical Pokemon Presents, so I don't know what that means. So maybe we'll get some sort of like. I have no idea. I have no idea what that means.
I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know what that would be. I don't think they would announce a new game, like an Arceus 2 or Pokemon Legends 2 or some sort of.
If you could get a new Pokemon game, if they were to announce a new Pokemon game, like a big game, what would you want from this, or what would you want to see?
Arceus 2.
Arceus, like Legends 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely would like to see Legends expanded upon. But also, I could totally go for it. And we talked about, I think you brought this up before, but like a 2D, 3D remake of like Gold and Silver would be amazing.
That'd be awesome.
Or the original one. Who cares? I would love to see like an HD. I would preferably like to see Gold and Silver because we just got Pokemon Let's Go and Eevee like not too long ago. That was like a reimagining of the first game, but I think that could be really cool.
Maybe it's a new Let's Go game.
Yeah. I don't
know. Are Red and Blue? Are those available on Switch Online?
No, I mean that could be huge too. Like they bring in they announce all the Game Boy Color games coming and then just spread them out over.
You could do Game Boy Advance too.
Yeah,
Ruby and Sapphire.
Yeah,
that'd be probably like pretty big announcement. I'd
replay Red and Blue and Gold and Silver if they announced them.
Yeah.
I just prefer those more than the recent ones. But
okay, I'm looking at what you said.
The font,
the purple font.
It looks weird.
It almost looks like the Detective Pikachu movie font.
You're right. Yeah, it does.
Kind of like the noir style. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we get another movie. Maybe it's a sequel to the movie.
Well, it's. I mean, it's been in development. I don't know if the writer's strike has caused anything. Nick, give me like 5 minutes. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Whew. Sorry about that.
You good?
Yeah. We made brisket nachos last night,
Uh
and I was waiting for it to hit me.
oh. I figured that's what it was.
Yeah, just like, sometimes it just comes up and you can't hold it. Just gotta go.
No.
We did like Brittany had like cilantro and we used her tomato. We used she had like 30 jalapenos. So she's trying to make some of them turn red, and you just have to leave them on the plant long enough for them to do so. But she had so many, we just cut some off. So I prefer like pickled jalapenos.
Yeah.
But we put like the regular jalapenos on there, and they're like way more hotter than the normal like pickled ones.
Oh God.
So I was waiting for it, but it was really good. Made like we just made like some, and we made pico too, and it was like the best pico I've ever had. It was just so fresh.
Damn.
Tasted super good.
Nice.
Okay, so sorry, we were talking about the font for and how
my guess is Detective Pikachu 2 movie.
Okay.
But I'm probably wrong. It's probably something not as cool.
I mean, yeah, you're probably right on that. I mean, I think we're due for it, right? I mean that movie came out a few years ago.
Yeah, it came out in like 2016, 2017.
It was really good. I mean, it was like that, and like Sonic was coming out near that time, which was good. Yeah, that was kind of, I feel like that was kind of the start of like good, like video game based movies.
Yeah, that was like the first one to
like live
break
action,
the curse, you know.
Yeah.
The live action ones.
Yeah, I don't really expect much from this thing, but hopefully maybe it'll surprise us a little bit. All right, you want to dive into the big sales stuff?
Of course I do. So Nintendo released their Q1 earnings report, which goes from April 1st to June 30th. Big thing here, and there's not many million sellers in this quarter, aside from Tears of the Kingdom and Mario Kart, which sold another 1.67 million units, which means games like Metroid Prime, and I guess any other recent releases, they didn't sell 1 million copies within this time.
But Metroid Dread is now above 3 million now.
It's over 3 million now, which is
awesome. Yeah.
But Tears of the Kingdom between May 12th and June 30th sold 18.5 million units, which is crazy.
Insane, dude.
Yeah, and that makes it the 9th best-selling game on Switch so far. So that's very likely to increase exponentially throughout the rest of the year, especially around the holidays. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this game hit 30 million units by the end of this year.
Oh, for sure. Like, so yeah, especially going into like the holidays and stuff. I mean, which is crazy. I mean, we knew, you and I both knew that it was going to be a huge seller, but I mean, there were so many people just doubting, it's overpriced DLC, and it's DLC. Absolutely not the case. And I think most people with that critically think on Twitter knew that too. That's super cool though. That's I think. Yeah, I mean, it's great. I didn't think it'd be 30 million by the end of the year, but I mean, gosh,
with how strongly it came out the gate.
Yeah,
I know it did like 10 million in 3 days or 12 million in 3 days, something like that.
Yeah,
and then continued to sell well. I think
the only time it wasn't the number one seller was like the first week for Final Fantasy, right? And then it took over that after.
Yeah, maybe Pikmin knocked it off.
Maybe,
for a week as well. And that one was charting pretty well on Amazon.
And now Baldur's Gate is just completely destroying like everything. And that I don't really. I guess I've never played a Baldur's Gate game before, but I don't know. I feel like this game just came out of. I know it's been in development for a long time, and it's been in early access for a long time as well. Like they've put like 3 years of just polish on the game, which is why it's doing so well. But it kind of came out of nowhere. Like it's like.
Yeah, it wasn't even on my radar. And now I'm thinking about picking it up when it comes to PS5.
Yeah, like it's like got like 800,000 concurrent concurrence on Steam, which is
That's wild.
insane for an single player turn-based RPG. But
yeah,
the stuff that I'm
like almost like a D&D type game.
Yeah.
Where you're like literally rolling for actions and stuff like that. Like,
yeah, but just the stuff I'm seeing like in this game is just bonkers and hilarious, and I'm definitely like feeling like I'm missing out right now.
Well, there will be another wave when it comes to the PS5, so you have time if you want to get the PS5.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so funny if this is the game that convinces you to get the PS5, not God of War, Spider-Man, but Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, it looks
just randomly a PS5 or PS5 console exclusive.
Yeah, which I think it's coming to Xbox eventually. I don't think it's exclusive to the PS5, but
I think it's timed.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. This game is crazy, but yeah, Tears of the Kingdom selling 8.5 is insane numbers, but that's just the power of Zelda on the Switch. It's just been insane.
Yeah. And who would have thought, 7 years ago that a Zelda game would be selling as well as it is, and like,
yeah,
I don't know, man. The potential is endless, and especially if they end up releasing or re-releasing Tears of the Kingdom on the next Switch, and adding in DLC and improvements, like,
yeah. Do you think we get Tears of the Kingdom DLC this year?
I don't think this year.
Okay.
I think at the earliest it would be like first half 2024.
Yeah.
But my gut is telling me that they'll save it for the launch of the next Switch.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that convinced me otherwise, I think you're right, but just the random amiibo that they didn't do at launch.
Yeah,
that's so weird. And I don't know, maybe they didn't have plans on it, and maybe some people were just clamoring for more amiibo. Because I mean, it's weird that Breath of the Wild had like 10 figurines, and this one only had one. But yeah, I think you're right. I think they'll save it until, which is, I mean, the report we talked about last week, but the reports were for the latter half of 2024. And I still got hope for like March or April. I still got hope for that. I still think it's possible.
Want it to be March.
I just think that's such a good time to release it, because you get the initial boost of a new thing, a new system, and then you get the holidays around the corner. But I don't know. I just want to, obviously faster than than having to wait. But
yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. See what happens. I mean, that was really it on the software side. Just updates on Tears of the Kingdom and Mario Kart 8. But yeah, Tears of the Kingdom is number 9. I think it knocked out Ring Fit. I think Ring Fit is now knocked out of the top 10. So RIP.
It's insane that Ring Fit was even in the top 10 to begin with.
I know. Crazy times, and like the fact that like Luigi's Mansion 3 was in the top 10 at some point. It's not anymore, but
yeah, I think it's at what, like 13 million right now.
Yeah, I think it's around 13 million.
Okay.
And number 10 is Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, which is 16 million. So,
and Mario, I bet you Mario Wonder is going to be in the top 10 by the end of the year too.
You think so?
I think so. Yeah. You
think it'll be another game that sells 10 million in 3+ days and
probably
week, something like that?
I mean, like Mario is huge, and in fact that we just got the movie, obviously, and then that's, I think it just came to like digital and DVD, Jesus, Blu-ray, like a month ago or whatever. So I think Mario is at an all-time high right now, and adding on another game, plus the RPG. I don't know about the RPG. I don't know if that'll do insane numbers, but Wonder, I mean, we haven't had a 2D Mario game in a new one in so long, so I think that could be huge.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, it could be a life to date 30 million seller.
Yeah.
There's 2D Marios, man. They're underrated in their performance.
Yeah.
Like those are consistently the top sellers for consoles and handhelds.
Yeah, they may not be people's favorite, but they do sell like crazy.
Yeah, the people love them. The people love to pick them up. Good for families. Good for kids.
Yeah.
It's got a wide appeal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, nice. And then Switch sales have topped 129.5 million units. So it's creeping up there, man. It's number 3 for the top or the best selling console of all time. I think it still has the Game Boy and the
It's
PS2.
It's the DS and the PS2.
DS and PS2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which DS includes like, every single DS iteration.
Yeah.
Do you think the Switch will be the number 1 selling console after everything's said? Do you think it has potential to sell another 25 million units?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. With the Switch 2 allegedly coming out in the second half of next year, that gives it another year and a half, and I'm sure it'll keep on selling beyond the Switch 2's launch. I'm sure it'll get a price cut, yada yada.
I think if Nintendo is smart, I think they do a permanent price. I think they do a price cut at the holidays
this year.
They sell like the base Switch for like $200 and like, well, maybe $250, and then like the Lite at that $150, and then after the holidays is over, they say this is the permanent price for it or something like that.
Yeah. And that's kind of crazy when you think about it, because the PS2 at the end of its life cycle, it was down to $100.
Yeah.
Or less. I mean, I don't even know how cheap it ended up getting.
Even the Wii was like that too. I mean, it was like $100.
Same for the DS.
Yeah, the DS was like, I think it's $80 for like the 2DS version.
Mm-hmm. And then the Switch like has not gone below 300.
Yeah.
In the 6 years it's been on market.
Yeah, it's never had an official price drop by Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
It's just always been bundled in with freaking Mario Kart, which is why Mario Kart sold so well. But gosh,
successful, man.
Successful
console. Can't deny it.
No, cannot. It's not on here, Nick, but I've got some Resident Evil sales updates for you. So Capcom has came out and unveiled or revealed, I guess, that Resident Evil 2 Remake is now the number 1 selling Resident Evil game at all times. It was Resident Evil 7, but it's now above that by 200,000 units. So top 10 Resident Evil games of all time: Resident Evil 2 Remake at 12.6 million, Resident Evil 7 at 12.4, and this was as of
probably June 30th.
Yeah, probably their fiscal. Yeah, as of June 30th. Yep. Resident Evil 5 at 8.8, Resident Evil 6 at 8.8, Resident Evil 8 Village at 8.3, Resident Evil 3 Remake 7.6, Resident Evil 2 for the PS1 is at 4.96 million, Resident Evil 4 Remake is at 4.9, so came out in April to June, almost at 5 million units, so pretty darn good.
Yeah.
Resident Evil Remake, which I think this is the GameCube version, 3.9 million, and the Resident Evil 0 Remaster is 3.8 million. So pretty good. The Resident Evil series is just crushing it. Monster Hunter World remains the best-selling Capcom game of all time at 19 million units sold. Which is kind of crazy to think about, that like something like Tears of the Kingdom just came out and it's almost on top. That's just the power of like Nintendo and just the Switch in general. I mean, we talked about it before with just, the Nintendo just dominating in sales and Xbox, PlayStation, like maybe not Xbox, but PlayStation might have 2, maybe 3 exclusives a year, and Nintendo has like 8 or 9 that all do millions and millions of sales. So
yeah,
crazy to think about. And then followed by Monster Hunter World is Monster Hunter Rise, second highest Capcom game at 13.2 million.
Nice.
And then obviously, like I mentioned, pretty much the top 10 list is Resident Evil stuff. And then also in the top 10 of Capcom games sold is Street Fighter V at 7.3. So
Is Street Fighter 6? Does that have any?
I don't see any numbers
information?
on that. Yeah, I don't see anything about Street Fighter 6. I'm sure it's probably done pretty good though.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like it has.
Yeah.
But you'd think they'd say something on it.
Yeah, pretty crazy of how just the dominance of Resident Evil.
Yeah, I feel like that franchise it's like in the best place it's ever been.
Yeah.
Between 7 Village, RE2 remake, RE4 remake. I mean, I had fun with RE3 remake, but
I did too. Yeah, I like that game a lot. That game was so short when you ran through. It was like an hour and a half long. So like playing that a couple times was so much fun.
Yeah. Street Fighter 6 has sold 2 million units since.
Okay. Since like what, June? Yeah.
And that's as of July 7th. So
okay.
That was after a month.
Cool. Yeah. They've got a really great thing going with Resident Evil with just their remakes are just fantastic, and then continue the main story. So hopefully we'll get a probably next year. I think we'll probably get some news on Resident Evil 9.
Yeah, probably news next year with the release in 2025.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I'm fine to wait. Find a way for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because who knows? I mean, maybe we'll get Resident Evil 5 remake. I mean, I don't know.
Or that Resident Evil 4 Ada.
Oh,
the
separate ways. Yeah, hopefully that we get that. Maybe that gets announced at Gamescom. That could be something that comes up there. That could be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how far they would. I don't know what else they would remake other than like the original and Zero. Maybe, I don't know. Might as well. Or Code Veronica. I know that's a pretty requested one.
Yeah, that one or Resident Evil 5. Fix that one up.
Or just Revelations 3. I would like to see. That could be cool.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Where's the Switch exclusive Revelations 3 that's been rumored for so long?
Yeah, I don't know. Do you think that's actually gonna be Switch exclusive?
I think it could be.
I mean, it's those games.
Capcom they have a good relationship with Nintendo.
Yeah,
I feel like.
I mean, there's enough install base for them to, maybe want to make it exclusive.
Yeah,
that could be cool. All right, Nick. Anything else? Anything that we missed?
Man, I think that's it. I think we got it all.
Sweet. All right. Well, hopefully, guys, everyone enjoyed the show. If you guys could leave us a review on Apple Podcast or Spotify or anywhere else you can leave reviews for podcasts, that would be awesome. That would be much appreciated. Nick, where can they follow us on our social stuff? I know we've been kind of quiet on TikTok for a little bit, but we'll get back into it.
A break from TikTok, but yeah, if you want to follow us there, it's Gaming with the Bros Cast. On Twitter, we are Gaming WT Bros, and on Instagram, Gaming with the Bros Cast. And if you want to email us, you can email us at gamingwiththebros@yahoo.com.
Yahoo.com.
So yeah, send us any questions. Let us know your thoughts on Tears of the Kingdom's complete dominance in the sales charts over the past 2 months.
Yeah, it's been crazy, but also been fun, and I still miss that game sometimes.
Yeah, I kind of want to go back and just
doing some side quests and stuff like that. All right, guys. Well, we will see y'all. We'll see you next week.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.